All right, welcome back. So today I want to talk about a theme in the comment sections of mine. As you guys know, I try to reply to as many comments as I can for free. I don't charge anything. I don't charge anything for anything. And I try to reply to as many comments as I can. And one thing that I noticed, not with only my comments and some of you guys, but I've seen a lot of people all over the manifestation sphere, all over manifestation internet, law of assumption, Neville Goddard internet, of people who are very lazy. They are so lazy. They are literally like the comic character, lazy comic character in a TV show or a book. Like a truly like pathetic person who is wordless, not to sound a little bit rude, but it is pretty comical how lazy some of you guys are. It's really bad because manifestation, law of assumption, all of this, it is literally a cheat code in life. It is literally like a GTA 5 or GTA 4 cheat code where you put in your little phone and you get like all these unlimited weapons. It is a hack in a video game. It is so insane how amazing your life is when you figure this out. How the rest of your life you can literally live on easy mode when you figure this out. But there are some of you who are still so lazy to the point where you can't even go out and put the cheat code into the game. The cheat code is to make the game easier for you, and you're so lazy that you can't even put the cheat code into the game. You guys are, and to bring this into manifestation world, I'm talking about disciplining your mind. Some of you cannot and will not discipline your mind. You are jumping from technique to technique to technique just to find out whichever one is like the super like, I don't have to do any work at all. And it's so amazing when you realize when it comes to manifestation and the law of assumption, you do not need to take any action at all in the 3D. You don't have to change anything at all in the 3D. You don't do any work at all in the 3D. You want to know where you do the work? You do the work in your imagination, in your mind, in your thoughts. And you guys can't even do that. I'm sorry, but I'm a little bit disappointed in a lot of you. That is embarrassing. And I'm here to tell you, you have to discipline your thoughts. Yes, there is a little bit of a paradox here. Yes, you can manifest. Oh, I don't have to do anything to manifest. Yes, there's a bit of a paradox here. Yes, you can assume that you don't do anything to manifest, but you have to assume that in the first place. So you do have to discipline your thoughts with that either way. So yes, you do have to still do work no matter what in your imagination, in your thoughts. That's where the real work begins. You can't not discipline your mind. I know the term discipline sounds like you have to sit on top of a mountain and meditate for 30 days and come back wearing an orange robe and sandals or something. That's not what I'm calling for. I'm not telling you you have to do that. In fact, some of the techniques that I give you guys are painfully easy. You guys get your manifestations incredibly quickly. So do I. The word discipline is scaring you guys because when you hear the word discipline, you believe, and this kind of goes for affirmation as well, you believe other things. You connect the word discipline to other things in your life where people told you that you have to discipline, and that tired you out and you have to do it for years and years and years, like going to the gym. Same thing kind of goes with affirmations. When I say affirmations are basically reps at the gym, some of you guys have this like image that it takes years and years and years. Not true at all. Discipline, I don't mean discipline in that way. What I mean by discipline, I mean discipline your thoughts and discipline your mind and do not waver. Have your thoughts on a leash. Have your imagination as a slave to your conscious thoughts. That's all I mean. How do you do this? Well, it's very simple. You can do this in many ways, but again, I'm just going to stick with robotic affirmations because robotic affirmation is my favorite technique and a lot of your guys' favorite techniques. So I'm going to stick with robotic affirmations, but again, this works with everything. When it comes to robotically affirming, yes, I hate to break it to you, but sometimes you're not going to be able to listen to music as you're coming home from work. Maybe take that time and robotically affirm in your head. Sometimes instead of playing 3 hours of video games, maybe you should just stick that with one and a half or 2, and then maybe go for a walk or watch a TV show that you kind of already watched and you don't really focus on that much, and you can just repeat in your head during that time. You can do that. You do have to do that a little bit. You do have to kind of move your schedule in a way to find time to robotically affirm, which again is very easy. You don't have to feel anything to robotically affirm. You don't have to believe in anything. You don't have to emote. You don't have to catch the mood. You just affirm in your head nonstop. Yes, you're going to have to do stuff like that. That's one way to do it. Rearrange your schedule in a way where you have more time to robotically affirm. And again, you don't have to robotically affirm the entire day. You don't have to lock yourself in a room for the entire day. Your goal is just to change your dominant thoughts, which means 51% of the time you think about your desire, you have the positive, you think the positive version of it. So yes, you're going to have to move your schedule a little bit. I hate to say it. You're going to have to move your schedule a little bit. You don't have to change everything. You do it when you can. And if you can find more time, find more time. Instead of doom scrolling, find more time. And then another thing that I recommend is that if you're someone who is a real beginner to this, I highly recommend you do something like the 10,000 affirmations challenge or something like that. And the way you do that is also very simple. If you have a Saturday and Sunday off, just one Saturday, Sunday off in your entire lifetime, just take one Saturday and Sunday off and robotically affirm like 15,000 times in those 2 days combined. I did that at the start, and that really disciplined my mind. And then eventually, your affirmations eventually turn into a song. Take one affirmation or 2 affirmations and repeat in your head 15,000 times in a weekend, and see if you can feel yourself a bit more on the pedestal, not really feel, or see if it feels a bit closer to you, and then keep affirming for the rest of the week until you get it. Again, I'm always going to stand 10 toes down on the 4 magic words when it comes to manifestation. Just affirm, don't waver. Those are the only 4 words you need when it comes to manifest anything you want. Just affirm, don't waver. Do that. If once you're done the 15,000 affirmations, like continue doing that and just affirm, don't waver, and you'll get it. Until you get it, just affirm, don't waver. But yes, you do have to discipline your mind. I hate to say it. Some of you guys are so lazy. You guys are literally like one of those episodes of American Dad where I think it was Roger who was incredibly lazy in one of the episodes and people got frustrated with him or something. You guys suck. Like, I hate to say it, but you guys have to discipline your mind. And by the way, if you really want what you want, you wouldn't complain about this. Like, if you don't really want it. This is why Neville always said, your step number 1 is to find out what you want, what you truly want. Not what you kind of want, what you truly want. Only then will you be able to discipline your mind and have that motivation to discipline your mind. So if you're someone who really wants what you want, act like it. Do it. Do the thing. If I'll talk about myself here. I go to the gym, when I'm bulking 5 days a week, when I'm cutting 3 days a week. But I only do that to be a little healthy. I don't care how I look. I'm not trying to be a football player. I'm not trying to have a 6-pack or anything. I'm 6'2". I'm pretty decent in shape. I want to just spend my life reading books and, having fun as well, but mainly reading books, studying politics, studying philosophy. I don't really care about the gym that much. And if someone came to me and be like, hey, you've been going to the gym for like the last 2 years and you don't have a six pack, I can look at them and be like, yeah, I don't really care because I don't really want it that much. But when it comes to my other desires, I want that now. When I needed money, I would discipline my mind so much to the point where I would not let a single thought get in my head about thinking about money in a negative way. I would discipline the crap out of my mind. It would literally be like a goddamn 30v1 in like a WWE match where everyone targets one guy, or Avengers movie where everyone targets one superhero. Like it literally felt like that. It literally felt like I was like going ham on my dots. It was really fun, but I don't really do that anymore because I don't really need techniques because I know what I'm doing now. But still, you have to want it is another thing. You have to want it. And once you want something, once you really want something, you will have the motivation to discipline your mind. And when you do have the motivation to discipline your mind, actually do it. Discipline your mind. Think in your favor as many times as you can throughout the day, and affirm and don't waver until you get it. Okay? Affirm, don't waver until you get it. Discipline your mind. Move your schedule throughout the day, move it around to find more room to discipline your mind. Stop doing stupid stuff like listening to music and saying yes to everyone when it comes to thinking about stupid thoughts or doing stupid things with your friends. Take some time to discipline your mind just for a few weeks. Get your desire, and then go back to being kind of worthless and being kind of more free and lazy. But yeah, either way, I hate to break it to you guys. You have to discipline your mind. Just discipline your mind. Discipline your thoughts. Think in your favor. Robotically affirm. Do not think against it. And that's it. Then you'll get it. And I highly recommend robotically affirming because you can just affirm in the background throughout your entire day if you're doing like, normal tasks. And you don't have to feel anything. You don't have to believe anything. You don't have to emote. You don't have to catch the mood. You can just robotically affirm. And that is so much easier than all these other techniques where you have to feel it. And then when you stop feeling it, you get anxiety and be like, oh, I need to feel it again. And then you start feeling anxiety and then you collapse. So robotically affirm, discipline your mind. And again, remember the 4 magic words. Just affirm, don't waver. Lock in. But yeah. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah. Peace out.